Hello everyone, this is David the Geek from the Explore, and today we're going to be exploring Kingsmill Reservoir in Sutton-in-Ashfield. So yeah, let's just go. I think I'm going to go around this way this time, and much like the last time, if there are people with children about, then I will be obviously blowing their faces out or pointing the camera away wherever possible. And for those of you who have not read our channel's description, this is just going to be a nice leisurely sort of channel for the most part, where there will be a group of friends just walking, talking, and maybe sharing some stories here and there, because I've had a few people ask me on the last video what this channel is all about, so yeah, there you go. So I've got right here for this bike up, and we can go. And also, if you remember in the last video, I said that I had some more stories to tell. Well, here is one of them now. So when I was younger, we went to, because obviously I live in the UK, and I live in a county called Nottinghamshire in the East Midlands, right? So if we wanted to go to the seaside, quite often where we would go is a nice little port town. I suppose you could call it a port town. It's called Skegness. Now, just outside of Skegness is a place called Inglebells, and they had a load of, well, they have a really, even to this day, they still have a load of really nice caravan parks and stuff like that. And there was the one year that I went with my mum, my sister, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, and some of my cousins, right? And we all decided to play a game of hide and seek, as you know, as children tend to do. So they go first, and my cousins go first, and me and my sister find them, right? Then me and my sister hide, and it's my cousin's turn to find us, because there were only two of my cousins and me and my sister, so only the four people, right? So we find my cousins, then we hide. My hiding place was in the boot of a car. Yeah, I basically hid inside the boot of my mother's car. For those of you who don't know what the boot is, for those of you that live in America, for example, it's the trunk. It's the back of the car where you would put your various items, like if you've been shopping or whatever else. But anyway, so I hide in there, shuts the boot. Yes, I know, stupid idea, right? And my sister couldn't find me. Only later do I hear my sister frantically calling for my mother and my father to basically say, oh, well, David's not here, he's missing, right? So I'm banging on the inside of the car for them to let me out, and they couldn't find me. They got in that car and started driving around for what felt like hours before they found me. They only stopped when they heard me banging on the inside of the boot of the car. Yeah, it turns out they thought that. So they stopped. They stopped because they had got back to the campsite at this point, and so they opened the boot of the car, and I got the worst hiding of my life. As it turns out, they thought that I'd gone on a bus by myself. And tell me, what kid at that age, because I was about, what are we now, 2020? Maybe 18, 19 years ago, maybe? Something like that. But what kid at that age gets on a bus on his own? Yeah. So they finds me, and yeah, they tells me off, and I was not allowed to leave the caravan that we were in for the rest of the week that I was there, unless my mum and dad and sister were going out somewhere along with my uncle, aunt and cousins. Yeah, bonehead move by me. So that's just one of the stories that happened to me when I was a kid. And there's the Lake Albee. There's a place just over there. You can't really see. In fact, I'll show it when we get a bit closer. But there's a place over there where you can sit down, and there's a load of like geese and ducks and birds. So yeah, it's just over there. You can see it a little bit better from here, but I've already recorded this episode once before as well, because, well, as well as the last episode that you guys saw with me walking around on my own, well, I had gotten all the friends together for that one, and again recorded it with my phone's camera upside down in portrait mode. Yeah, I'm a dipstick. And this lake is significantly larger than the one that we went to the last time. To be honest, I actually kind of like this one better, I want to say. Just because I have the most memories with this one, and I will explain why that is when we get around there. And I do apologise for the wind. There's obviously not much I can do about that. Yeah, if we go over here, you can see just over there, that's where you can see the birds, and I'll show you that when we get to that point. But for now, let's just keep walking around and enjoying the view, shall we? And I'll tell you my second story from when I was a kid. Now, as some of you have quite rightly surmised, I am a gamer. Not as much of a gamer as Callum the gamer, but still. Right? And I was watching Rebecca Parham's video on the time that she took her mum's credit card to buy an N64, and it turns out that because she was impatient, she had to wait 2 weeks for it. But that reminded me of a story from my childhood. So back then, I was massively into video games. Not actually more than I am now. But yeah, so I wanted. There was the one year that I went to Skegness again to see my nan, may she rest in peace. Right, and she had a 1980s Nintendo Entertainment System in her attic. And the reason I know this is because she asked me to go and tidy up for us. So I did, and I sees it there, and I says, you know, whose that NES up there? And she says, oh, that was your uncle's. And I says, you know, is it still in use? And she says, no. And I says, well, can I have it? She says that she'll talk to my uncle, and lo and behold, she does. And I get the NES, right? So I get it home and I'm enjoying it and all of that. Of course, the NES, unlike the Nintendo Switch, was region locked. It was Nintendo's first proper home console. What can you do? Anyway, so there were quite a few NES games that I wanted. I got quite a few already, but there was a few others that I wanted, but they were only available for the American NES. And I knew that you could get the console modified to play American games, but I also read that if you do it wrong, it could break your system, and I didn't want to do that. So I asked my mum if she can go onto eBay to buy me one, and she says, yeah, okay, they're not that expensive, because she had one when she was younger as well. Right, so she logs into a eBay account and she finds one with the original Final Fantasy and the original Dragon Warrior, and I was like, yes please, that's the one I want. So I asked Mum to get it for me, and she goes to check out, and our power cuts out on us. Right? We had no power left whatsoever, and this was like late at night. Now, me being me, I was like, I can't allow this to happen. Now, I don't remember the details now, but I used to know the details to my mother's eBay account. So what I did was, the very next day, I went to college, and I logged in to my mum's eBay account, and I used her card, well, her eBay account, to pay for the NES. Yeah, needless to say that my mum found out immediately, and she cancelled that order, and I never got it. And when I got home again, I got a massive telling off, and I've never used my mum's eBay account since, although I wouldn't be able to now anyway, because I don't think she even has that account anymore. But yeah, I was not a very nice child. So, sorry about that, Mum. And I'm also sorry, Mum, about about lying to you that I was poorly for not going to school as well. Yeah, I was going to put that into the last video, but I just forgot. So, there you go. But yeah, that's what I did as a child. There are more stories that I would like to share, but for now I think we'll just walk around here. And we're actually getting very close to that place I mentioned with the ducks and geese, so let's just go and have a look there, and then we're going to go there, and then we're just going to continue to sort of walk all the way around back to where we came there. It's a real shame I couldn't get, at the very least, Craig the historian here today, because he knows a lot of, with it's kind of in his name, right? He knows a lot about historical facts and various things, which I find awesome. It's not my area of expertise, but I do like it when he basically imparts some historical knowledge on the group of friends. Because I know for a fact that this place has got a lot of history. But it's obviously not really for me to say because well, I'm the geek, not the historian. And also, I do apologise for this video being significantly longer than the last one, but it's just because of where I am. The next video that I'll be recording, which should be with Callum the Gamer, if I can get him out of his cave, should be quite a bit shorter than this. Right, because the last one was, what, just over 10 minutes? And this one's already hitting, well, we're already on 16 minutes. But we're about halfway done with this walk, maybe a little over that. I probably should have brought some water out to have a drink, but there you go. Let's go around this way, shall we? We won't go on the path there. You know, I'm surprised that there aren't a lot of people here today. Like, at all. I've only seen maybe a handful since we started this walk. Yeah, we were all the way over there, and we're going back all the way over there. And here is the area that I was talking about with the swans and the geese and the ducks. And you can actually, just over there, you can go in there. There's more of the ducks and swans and geese there. But yes, you can actually go and buy seeds for them, and you can feed them. Now, I would go sit down on that bench over there, but I'm not going to bother because, well, I don't really feel like it, and we're not too far from where we started the walk. Trust me, that looks much farther away than it actually is. So yes, my history with this place. I grew up in a village near here. I will not mention where that village is because my family still live there. But I used to come out here all the time, be it on my own with my family or with the local youth club that I used to be a part of. And I loved it. I really did. I don't come here as often as I should. There's more birds. And I can't show that all that much. But yes, so I used to come here all the time. Like at least a couple of times a week when I was younger. Because, well, you can see there it says Visitors Centre. Well, this place, it has rock climbing that you can do. It has tunnels that you can crawl under with the group, and it's just really quite nice. And as I said, I used to do that like twice a week at best. There was one week actually where I came here, what was it, like four days out of the week? I remember it was the Monday, the Tuesday, the Thursday and the Friday. I can't remember what I was coming to do. I think it was in that building over there, actually. Unfortunately, it looks like they are closing up, but there's not a lot that I can do about that. I would go in and get some seeds for the birds, but no, not today. Not today. There's more birds over there, and over there, that is Kingsmill Hospital, and that actually used to look quite a bit different than it does now. But yeah, you can see some people over there having some fun with the zip line. I don't recall that was ever there when I was younger. Honestly, the place seems, I don't know, I want to say smaller than I remember. It's still a nice place though. I think the last time I went there was like a year or so back with a few friends. And I haven't been there since. I mean, I haven't been into there since. Though I do still come here quite a lot as well, because I find the whole place to be rather nice and peaceful. And again, I apologise for the wind. It's a British summer. What do you expect? I mean, in the last video we had rain, so wind is kind of to be expected. And there's still not a lot of people here. There was the one biker that we just saw, just somewhere over there, but I haven't seen anybody else. There's the lake again. And for those of you that are wondering whereabouts in Nottinghamshire I live, unfortunately I can't tell you that for obvious reasons, but what I can say is that all of the friends live in Nottinghamshire, all four of us. In fact, we don't live too far apart from each other. Now, as for the next walk, I'd have to travel out a bit to meet one of the other friends, but it won't be, as I said, it will not be as long of a walk as this one. And I have to keep checking behind me for people on bikes. And there's the lake again, where we started is just over there. The last time that I tried this with everybody, right, last week, just after filming the Sutton-in-Ashfield video, we basically all met up here the next day, and we met just up there where I showed you all of the birds, and the entire walk only took us about 25 minutes maybe. So not a long walk by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a longer walk than the lake at Sutton-in-Ashfield. And it's not just going to be places like this. That bridge is new as well, by the way. That was built, I think it was last year, and it goes all the way over there, and there is a train track over there. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so it's not just going to be exploring places like this, nature reserves, parks, things like that. There is also going to be some urban exploration as well, and I'm still in the process of looking for a place to record for the Halloween special with all of the friends there. And actually, speaking about that, we might be able to get another friend on board that you guys haven't seen yet, but I'll keep you, well, me and the friends, we'll keep you informed of that. And there's someone on the bridge now. But yes, I'll keep you guys informed of that. And then when we get to this bit here, where the guy on the bike is, I'll show you, well, I'll show you where we just were, all the way over there. Because I think it's actually quite a pretty view. And I have had some people look at me wondering what the hell I'm doing, but there you go. So yes, if we stop here for, not here, but if we stop, not here because of the wind, but we'll stop at that stone wall there. Because that's basically where we started. So we'll just go through here. That's private property over there. But yes, all the way over there is where the place with the birds is. Because if you remember, I was all the way over there and I showed you, well, where we are now. And that's not bad. The walk only took just over 26 minutes, almost like 26 and a half minutes there. I'm surprised my phone hasn't overheated from the 4K recording that I'm doing. Yeah, I got it to record it and upload it in 4K with 60 FPS, mind you. But yeah, so there you go. This was Kingsmill Reservoir in Sutton-in-Ashfield. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. But unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to friends. So see you next time.